Today, in the series of Defense, the Smart Lawyer's Way, we bring to you a case law that deals with live-in relationships and the issue of maintainability. In the case of Lalita Toppo versus State of Jharkhand, a woman was in a live-in relationship with a man with whom she had a child, for which she was seeking financial assistance from the man, and for the same, the Gumla family court awarded a monthly allowance of Rs 2,000 for the woman and Rs 1,000 for the child. Upon an appeal that was preferred to the High Court, the court reversed the order of the family court and held that maintenance cannot be given to a live-in relationship partner. There were two main issues in this case, one being whether the living together of a man and a woman as a husband and wife for a considerable period of time would raise the presumption of a valid marriage, and whether such presumption entitles the woman to maintenance under Section 125 of CRPC. Two being whether a woman in a live-in relationship can be brought under the meaning of the term wife mentioned under Section 125 of CRPC, and whether strict proof of marriage is essential for a claim of maintenance under Section 125 of CRPC with regards to the provisions under the Domestic Violence Act. In the Supreme Court, the appellant argued that even though Section 125 of the CRPC entitles only a legally wed wife to maintenance, a woman in a live-in relationship can claim maintenance under the provisions of the Domestic Violence Act. The Domestic Violence Act defines the term a relationship in the nature of marriage, which can also be read as a live-in relationship. The state argued that only a legally wed wife can claim maintenance under Section 125 of the CRPC, as the section clearly mentions the term wife, and that a woman in a live-in relationship does not fall under the ambit of the word wife. Having a look at the precedents in this matter, in the case of Chanumunia versus Virendra Kumar Singh, this court held that the term wife mentioned under Section 125 of CRPC deserves to be given an expansive meaning to cover a woman in a live-in relationship. In the case of Vimala versus Veerasamy, the court held that a man who has lived together with a woman for a long period of time has to be held responsible to pay maintenance. The court also held that a man should not be allowed to benefit from the legal loopholes by just enjoying the advantages of marriage and not undertaking the duties and obligations that comes along with it. The judgment given by the Supreme Court in this case was that despite the fact that only a legally wed wife can claim maintenance under Section 125 of CRPC, a live-in partner can claim maintenance under the provisions of the Domestic Violence Act of 2005. The court also held that domestic violence includes economic abuse, which can be invoked if a live-in partner fails to pay maintenance. From this case, one can conclude that a woman in a live-in relationship has more relief than what Section 125 of CRPC has to offer, and that the Domestic Violence Act accommodates a woman in a live-in relationship by defining the term a relationship in the nature of marriage. Thanks for watching this video. For more such legal content, subscribe and support. Stay LAWBY.